So I'm talking to him, and I says, Space Jam, more like shit jam. Hey, everybody. Yeah, there we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first non-Fast and the Furious themed episode. This is something of a milestone for us. We're crawling out of the cave of family and moving on to bigger and better things. Well, not better, but I guess bigger. This is, as I mentioned, this is You Gotta Watch It. It's a podcast about movies, famous movies, where myself and my hosts, we watch movies that one or more of us have never seen before and talk about them. With me, as always, is the producer, Paul. Paul Salazar, slither into those DMs. Paulie D. He has many other nicknames, too many to count. Paul Salazar.
I can't even count. Put my toes out. I'm out here. Yeah, I'm out here.
There's too many.
I'm just starting to. Oh, sorry. Whoops, sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay.
Sorry. So no. You're good. You're good.
That's the first time doing this.
Our partner in crime, the Kirkland signature, Eve Chen, is indisposed for an unknown amount of time, sadly. But in their place, we have friend of the show and star of Martin Scorsese's film The Irishman, Thomas Malone.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Me and Paul have seen this movie, the titular Space Jam, numerous times. Well, Paul, what should we call this episode? Is it Pod Jam, or is it Pod Jam or Space Cast? I feel like Pod Jam.
It's Pod Jam. It's Pod. Yeah, Pod right. Jam's more like Yeah,
all right, Pod Jam.
Why would you jam a pod? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows?
Exactly.
I'll jam my pod into Lola Bunny.
Oh, yeah. Let me just get some pictures of the remake. Let's see. Right,
not the remake one. Not the remake one, because she looks kind of shitty in that one. Thomas, let's get you into this discussion right now.
Let's turn the safe search off.
You've never seen Space Jam before, right? You're the newbie. You're the newbie this time.
Yeah, I've literally never seen it, and I don't know why, but it just never came about. I don't even think my family's seen it.
So, you being the newbie, you know the question I gotta ask. Would you fuck Lola Bunny?
Obviously. That's literally, that's all I was thinking. That was getting me through, like, a decent amount of the movie.
It was just how horny you were for the rabbit?
Yeah.
I mean...
So you're a furry. Is it the thickness? What is it?
She is thick. She has cheeks.
4 cheeks.
Most people have 4 cheeks.
But I mean, like, cheeked up, like...
No, yeah, right? She's double cheeked up. You think Jordan was hitting it?
I think he slid.
So.
Nah, he definitely
cheated on his wife.
He definitely cheated on his wife with Lola.
So speaking of Jordan, for those who don't know, Space Jam is a movie that came out in... Paul, when did the fuck this movie came out? I want to say 95.
1996, baby.
November
Easy.
96. All right. Yeah, there we go. This is a movie that starred, of course, famous NBA basketball legend, Chicago Bull, Mr. Michael Jordan. It starred him and the Looney Tunes. Famously on the poster, he is second billed to Mr. Bugs Bunny. And this is a movie where...
Eye to eye.
This is a movie where... Michael Jordan gets transported to Looney Tunes land to play a game of basketball with them against aliens who want to kidnap the Looney Tunes as slaves so they can work in a theme park.
Who fucking thought of this? Who fucking thought of that?
Right off the bat, like, it's just the fucking stupidest premise of all time. I literally can't think of a stupider fucking movie, just in terms of conceit.
It's all about capitalism, basically. Like, that's...
Well, I mean, obviously, this is a huge fucking marketing exercise, but like...
Oh, no, I mean, like, the intentions of the aliens.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, they're horrible, but who the fuck came up with this? Like, Thomas, weigh in on this. Like, the movie itself is bad. But just the premise, like, I don't...
It bothered me. The intro, like, bothered me.
Which intro? Which? What do you mean by the intro?
Well, is there a secret intro? Wait, what's up?
The intro of, like, showing fuck, what is it called? Like Moron Land,
Moron Mountain.
Mountain. They're the
Moron
amusement park.
Mountain.
Yeah, the intro of like getting us to Moron Mountain to show us them. Like, why was the first cartoon that we saw not a Looney Tune? It made me mad. Like, it didn't set the stage for me at all. I was just annoyed with them.
The little fucking things are gross and annoying. But like, what's even weirder about this movie is genuinely the real life stuff. So I don't know. Are you guys sports guys?
I don't watch sports.
All right. So you're not a sports guy at all, Thomas?
I'm not enough of one. I know like a handful of these guys because they're like legends, but that's like about it.
Yeah, so I'm not like a big sports guy, but I know a little bit about Michael Jordan. Obviously, he's the greatest basketball player of all time. So I didn't know when I watched this movie as a kid, but watching this movie as an adult, I know that like Michael Jordan's dad was like shot and murdered before this movie came out. Like I think he was shot in like an attempted robbery like a year before this movie came out. So
like he tried to rob someone and then they shot him?
No, I don't think Michael Jordan's dad was pressed for cash.
Oh, okay.
No, I think
my son never gives me shit.
I think he was good, but no, yeah, like he like got shot in an attempted robbery or something like that and fucking killed. So it's really weird that this movie opens with like fake Michael Jordan and like fake Michael Jordan dad, and he's like shooting hoops at midnight with an R. Kelly song playing in the background.
It was pretty good.
That song is good. Before I had seen Space Jam, I think I knew "I Believe I Can Fly" by R. Kelly, and like
that was the song. Yeah, okay, yeah,
that was the song. That was the song in like kindergarten. I don't know why. It's a little unsettling now to think back at the fact that a bunch of children knew an R. Kelly song, but I mean, this one's like, fairly wholesome, and there's nothing about like, if you think about it, and this just popped into my head right now, R. Kelly is sort of the most thematically appropriate music artist to make a song for Space Jam, because the plot of Space Jam is basically just R. Kelly's life. Danny DeVito's alien guy
I literally
who wants
said that. I was thinking that.
Yeah, Danny DeVito's alien guy who wants to bring the Looney Tunes into slavery is like the cartoon version of R. Kelly, except you substitute the Looney Tunes with like young girls and Moron Mountain with R. Kelly's basement.
Danny DeVito being that guy does not make sense. Like, Danny DeVito is a wholesome man to me. I just can't do it.
It makes sense. He has like aggressive energy. Like, like in Batman Returns, he's the gross like rapey penguin. Like
he's
sort of
his typecasting.
Yeah, well, his on-screen persona has always been like angry, like ranty, sort of guy, like unhinged. So that works. And him being like being a cigar chomping guy. So I guess we're gonna go through this movie bit by bit. So yeah, this movie opens up. Child Michael Jordan is playing basketball, listening to R. Kelly. He tells his dad that he wants to go to UNC and then play in the NBA and then play baseball, which are real things that Michael Jordan did. All this stuff is Michael Jordan's
basically sucking his own toes.
Yeah, it's basically it's his real life. We get a cool sports montage of Michael Jordan's highlights, which I think is rad. And then we go to a press conference of Michael Jordan, talking about how he's retiring for basketball and going to play baseball, which also famously is a thing that he really did.
That's what makes this movie so weird, because it's such a like weird in between of his career. Like,
what do you mean? Like the context of like when it came out?
Yeah, like when it would have come out was when he like would have actually done that, played baseball or retired, played baseball, and then went back.
Like he's currently doing it.
Yeah, I think, and I could be mistaken here, but I'm pretty sure that this movie, it's obviously a brand exercise, like twofold. So like the context of this movie's existence is Warner Brothers. I think there was sort of a resurgence, sort of like a nostalgia in the 90s for the Looney Tunes characters. You had like those hip hop like Looney Tunes, like Gangster Tasmanian Devil and like Gangster Bugs Bunny shirts.
I love
which were
those,
like, yeah, those were like the things that were popping up around this time. There was sort of a like a nostalgia for them, and they wanted to capitalize on that by getting a big Looney Tunes property in there, whether it's another cartoon or a movie or whatever. And then the NBA had a little bit of brand management to do because Michael Jordan had left basketball. He went to play baseball. He was coming back to the NBA. And also Michael Jordan had some personal life things that were not so good. That was such a very Trump way to say that. Fucking had some personal life things that were not so good.
Personal things that kind of like segue away from the main plan.
Yeah, so his dad obviously gets killed. And he also famously had a gambling problem that was pretty big. And that was some stuff that the NBA wanted to keep under the rug, specifically the gambling stuff. So to sort of sanitize his image and bring him back into the fold, they wanted, a big star vehicle for Michael Jordan. So there's two brand management bullets firing, and they both sort of smash into one another and become this fucking bizarre creation that is Space Jam. Because even if you take the alien shit out, just the bear, just the core concept of Michael Jordan playing basketball with the Looney Tunes just makes no sense.
I love it. I love it on its face. The absurdity of it, but I actually watching it was insane. And the more I read through like the development part of Wikipedia, it's insane. There's so much. Spike Lee was almost going to help write the screenplay.
That would have been fucking incredible. Oh, speaking of, that's funny.
What?
Did you guys see Spike Lee's new commercial?
No, I didn't.
Oh, no way. He has. Dude. His production is wild.
No. This is a bad commercial.
Oh, you know what? I heard
Spike Lee
about cryptocurrency.
Spike Lee did a cryptocurrency commercial.
No,
for
way.
like a
There's
fucking
old money out.
Yes, it's like a cryptocurrency commercial for like one of those like crypto ATM things, and like the premise.
Stars in it?
He directed it and he stars in it, and the premise is that like it's the marketing push for this cryptocurrency shit he's doing is like old money, like fiat currency or whatever is racist and sexist and anti-queer, and like cryptocurrency is the currency that like will provide financial freedom to people of color, women, and queer people.
Like it just doesn't have like the literal branding of a.
It's just
it's currency.
He's just a fucking. It has to be said that, and I didn't know this, but Spike Lee also does like NYPD outreach shit. Like he's made like outreach videos for the NYPD.
Why is it like this? Is that Lady Gaga in this commercial? Holy shit!
No, I don't think so. But
okay.
So he's a complicated man at best. And it would have been funny though if he had worked on this movie.
What's insane is that the reason he didn't was because Warner Brothers blocked him out of dissatisfaction from how he funded Malcolm X.
What did he do to fund Malcolm X? I don't know the story of the production of Malcolm X.
Neither do I, but it looks like there's a Bond company involved.
All right.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Wait, why would you need a bond? Like, why would you bail yourself out for making a movie? What is it, like Aladdin bail bonds?
I know. I mean, all the studios, you borrow money or whatever, and then you pay it back.
Like loans, but not a bond where like they're gonna send the mafia after you for making.
And I know that I'm detracting again, but it also says that the main like producer had called the guy who made Who Framed Roger Rabbit and asked him, "Do you have any advice on what we should do to make a movie like this?" And the Who Framed Roger Rabbit guy said, "Don't do it. It nearly killed me."
Are you talking about Robert Zemeckis?
Yeah.
That's funny because this movie looks like shit compared to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That was another thing that really fucking bothered me. Was like
that movie was like a decade before. Sorry, go on.
No, but like it bothered me so much because I kept seeing like it kept doing these fucking like Dutch angles and like weird close-up shots to not have to animate anything.
Yeah, I saw that, especially like when they get into the Looney Tune land, like for sure.
I think that's definitely the director's style because the director of this movie is Joe Pytka, who was a big he was a big commercial director in the 80s and 90s, and he had done a lot of he was Michael Jordan's like commercial guy. Like all his sort of brand endorsement deals, like all those commercials he had done, and he had actually directed commercials that were, because before this movie there had been inexplicably commercials with Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes for whatever reason. I don't know. Again, I don't know who came up with that pairing, but those commercials were popular, which was part of what led to this movie. But he directed those, which was why he was sort of brought onto this, and obviously Michael Jordan
such a random,
having a relationship with him.
It's such a random person to choose for that.
What, the guy who made the commercials?
Yeah,
because he directed like Doritos commercials and stuff. I think he might have had one other feature film, but I don't think it's very noteworthy.
Let it ride.
Never, if I fucking let it ride, baby. But
you get it. Easy.
But yeah, aside from that, he's an exclusively commercial director, and I think that's where the Dutch angles and stuff. It is a very ugly looking movie, but that's certainly got to be his style, because like the extreme close ups and the Dutch angles, that feels like sort of
you're giving him
90s commercial.
You're giving him too much credit, though. I feel like that was also on purpose, so they had to animate so much less of the background.
That is also possible. I'm just saying, like, that's sort of the 90s commercial style, you know? Like the extreme in your face shit.
Like very close up, Dutch angle, weird. Oh, with the dog cams. Oh, always love the dog cams. And the dog sounds where it's just like, dogs don't even sound like that. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's all the shots
like when he comes home
later,
and it's just like it's like really unnecessary grumbles and grunts from the dog, and I'm like, dogs don't really sound like that. Dude's never heard a dog before, but okay.
Why do I feel like the dog wasn't even in that scene? Like it looked like the dog was.
Yeah, when they threw the dog, it was like a puppet. When it jumped on him, it was a puppet jumping on him.
I mean, it looked like a real dog. It just looked like, I don't know. It was weird. It was like there was a real environment. No, okay, and obviously the Looney Tunes aren't.
I have so much to say about that scene that I don't want us to start it now.
All right, yeah.
But I have a lot of opinions on that scene.
All right, yeah, we'll go.
That scene specifically.
We'll get to it. Yeah, so this movie, Michael Jordan, he's playing basketball, or he stops. He announces his real life. You know, what happens in real life is retirement from the NBA to go on to play baseball, and he sucks. Meanwhile, there's a planet in outer space called Moron Mountain. That's an amusement park, a space amusement park run by Space Danny DeVito, and he's mad because people don't like it. And he's thinking, we got to get some new attractions. And his little tiny alien goons accidentally flip the channel, and they see the Looney Tunes on TV, and they think, let's go get the Looney Tunes. So they fly down to a Looney Tune world, which is inexplicably, not only are the Looney Tunes real, and like the cartoons they're in is like stuff they're actually like acting out in real time, but they live in the center of the earth.
That's one I was gonna say. It confirms it.
And the fucking like, there's like, it's like Hollow Earth theory, and like the entrance to the center of the earth is fucking covered with like an elastic Warner Brothers like logo.
Oh yeah, that's the best part. The product placement of the.
And you have to fucking like break the seal to get into the center of the earth where the Looney Tunes cryptids live.
So much of the physics of this movie are absolutely insane. Like, because seeing that like that Warner Brothers logo is like the end or title card from like seeing a Looney Tune, but for some reason it's like deep underground and you could pass through it, like phase into it.
It's like the fucking Hollow Earth in Godzilla versus Kong and like those monster.
Oh my god,
movies.
yeah.
It's literally the exact same thing, except instead of fucking King Kong and Godzilla, it's Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Which I guess, I don't know, I would prefer that in personally. Limbo. I wouldn't mind.
They get a freely. They don't get like they film their episode kind of thing going on, but they also have like free reign. They're not confined to like their episodic nature.
Well, as
like
they say, they're in a union,
which I was very happy.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. As a union member, Thomas, I'm sure you like the union shout out.
But Donald Duck was literally kissing the ass of Warner Brothers when he was like, "Yeah, and we're owed by them." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
If you think about it, they already are slaves. They're slaves to their corporate masters. What they really should do is rise up and take over Warner Brothers. But
the Looney Tunes themselves, that'd be loony.
They should pull a Mars attacks and like take over like the world and fucking kill a bunch of like the president and stuff. But yeah, so Moron Mountain sucks, and they're like, we're gonna get the Looney Tunes, so they go to get the Looney Tunes. But they encounter Bugs Bunny. He's pulling some little wacky some wacky hijinks. Tries to trick him. But they capture him anyway. They take him to their thing, and they're like, so you're gonna be our slaves. And they're like, but you gotta give us a fair shot. So they agree. Whatever game of your choice, we'll battle you, and we'll take you from there. And realizing that these creatures are small and puny and worthless, the Looney Tunes have the genius idea to challenge them to a game of basketball. Basketball is not something that's in any of their skill sets. I mean, you think, maybe challenge them to like a shooting contest, because Yosemite Sam, or like you could challenge them to a cook-off, because I think the chicken one, Foghorn Leghorn, he probably knows how to cook because he's like the guy from KFC. Or, I don't know, like
you mean the fucking Colonel?
How about just like a stand-up comedy, like whoever, like a battle of the comics, whoever gets the most laughs.
Yeah, why didn't they do that? Why didn't they just do a roast?
Exactly.
The Danny DeVito roast. Danny DeVito.
But no,
him.
They challenge you to a game of basketball. So then they're like, all right, well, we're not very good at basketball. So what do? I'm getting tired talking about this movie. It's really exhausting. It's so fucking stupid. So
you want me to just take I could pitch this movie because I actually enjoyed it.
Did you? All right. Well, let me hold on. So they're like, we gotta
get hear it in your voice.
We need to get some.
You're like shutting down.
We gotta get some basketball powers to play basketball against the Looney Tunes. So the aliens get a magic basketball, and then they go to the NBA because they hear that the NBA have the best players in the world, and they turn into slime.
Well, hold on. I need you to stop right there, and you missed an important beat where.
What did I miss?
Where they are in a trench coat on top of each other trying to watch the game.
That is true.
See who the better players are.
We get a wacky trench coat, and the lady next to them thinks they're jacking off.
Which is
exactly that was inappropriate,
and it's only been like 15
minutes.
Yeah.
Well, you need something for the adults.
Have to have it in the 90s.
Look, I'm fine with the sexual jokes because you got to think about the context of this movie comes out. It's opening weekend, and you have three groups really. You have three groups. You have group one, who is the children who like Looney Tunes and cartoons. You have group two, which are the children who like sports and are there to see Michael Jordan. And you have group three, which are the fucking parents of children of either persuasion who are having to fucking sit in that theater and endure this shitty movie like we just had to do. And they need something, just anything to give them a reprieve. This is 1996. There are no cell phones, and even if there were, you shouldn't pull your cell phone out in a movie theater. So what are they going to do? You can't read a newspaper in the dark. People magazine, you'd need a light. So they got to have a sex joke.
Yeah, see, it's not so much the sex jokes, like in the time, like, like them writing it. It's just like coming back, rewatching it as a full-ass adult now, and not just the aged humor and stuff, but it's just like the sex jokes and be like, wow, how did I not understand that as a kid?
Well, yeah.
And then I start thinking, when did it happen? When did I start understanding it? Why? How? Who?
That's esoteric, man. I don't know. I don't know about all that.
That's exactly what I was going through. Like right before this podcast, I was like, damn, when did I start understanding sex jokes?
Probably when you started knowing what sex was.
I don't remember that was either. That's why I was like, oh no.
Well, for those who don't know, Paul is a virgin.
Absolutely.
I think we mentioned this on an episode before. I think we made a thing where you're a virgin. I don't know. I don't think you actually are, but it'd be funny if you were.
We did.
Yeah.
I definitely are. Yeah.
Anyways, fucking stupid ass movie. Slime. Before Thomas reminded me about the fact that they're in a trench coat like a pervert. The aliens turn into magic basketball power slime, and they slide onto the court, and they suck Charles Barkley's basketball juice out, and then they put it into a basketball, and it starts glowing. And then they go get Patrick Ewing's basketball juice. And then they get a couple other players' basketball juice. I only know Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing. I'm not like super familiar with
I could tell you
NBA
the rest
players
of
the 90s. Who are the rest of them?
Sean Bradley, Larry Johnson, and
right.
Muggsy Bogues.
I know Muggsy Bogues actually because he's the tiny one. So they get their powers, their magic basketball powers, using the power of alien slime. It's fucking stupid.
Honestly, probably one of the funniest moments of the movie, though, is like right after they start taking all of their like basketball skill away, and they're just like in the middle of a game, like missing shots.
Okay, that stuff is funny. None of the stuff related to the main conflict, if you could call it that, of like the Looney Tunes versus the Monstars. Is entertaining to me, but I do like the slapstick comedy of famous NBA players from the 1990s, like getting hit in the face with basketballs or like trying to shoot water in their mouth and they shoot it off to the side.
Yeah,
Charles, they sort of
funny.
like they all go on like a soul searching sort of thing because the NBA they start freaking out because they think there's some disease. Side note, it might be important context to mention that, like, this is sort of vaguely similar to, like, when Magic Johnson got AIDS.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
It's kind of the same thing, because then, like, the players are, like, they don't want to go in the locker room. They're worried that they're going to catch something. They have to, like, temporarily shut down, like, the, games or whatever. They're having a press conference. They have a press conference in LA, which is like, the city that Magic Johnson played in. So it feels very reminiscent of when he got AIDS. Like, I think almost that's what this is like directly alluding to. Which, I mean, because
it's basically trying to, because it was the time when they were doing a lot of like AIDS commercials and DARE program stuff and stuff about drugs in general,
and I mean,
so it's
like,
basically like a big PSA thing, the 90s.
Yeah, well, and just like the general context of like basketball players getting sick with a disease nobody knows about. Like the most reminiscent thing to that is Magic Johnson getting HIV. So of course that's sort of it's gonna call back to that. But yeah, so the funniest shit in this movie is them walking around. Like I love Charles Barkley when he's like going soul searching through the city. And he goes to play basketball with those girls, and they fucking shit on him. And then they're like, "Man, you're not Charles Barkley. You're just a Charles Barkley impersonator who sucks at basketball. Get the fuck out of here."
I honestly, like that little montage afterwards where they're like going to the doctor and going to like the therapist. And, like, there's like, I think it was Charles Barkley or maybe Muggsy that was like in the church, like praying, trying to get his fucking his basketball chops back.
Yeah, that shit's good. Honestly, they are all pretty good in this movie. You said Michael Jordan's bad. I don't think that he's like terrible. I feel like he's an okay performer. It's just he's not in a situation that's gonna let him give a performance that anybody would call good, because he's not acting opposite, like he's acting opposite people in green screen like suits, like green morph suits, or just nothing on a completely green screen soundstage. So I think he's doing his best given the material.
But it's not like he's a very like awesome
he doesn't have a lot of range or anything. It's but he's doing his best, and I think he has like, I don't know. He has a natural charisma. He was a sports star. He was the sports star. He was in commercials. He sold McDonald's hamburgers.
But bad actor still. But like his charisma, his dying career.
His career was he wasn't dying. He won championships after coming back to the NBA.
How is it not dying if it's consistently going downhill?
It wasn't consistently going downhill. He chose to leave. You don't know.
That's kind
you
of
don't
like
know about sports.
The glass half full, glass half empty thing. We're dying, but we're constantly living. Whatever.
You don't
it's
know.
All good.
You're too esoteric to talk sports, Paul.
I just that one reference of like, when did I understand these jokes? I couldn't get out of it. I'm in the headspace still.
You'll never truly understand until you feel the connection of being with a woman, Paul. I'm sorry. You're just never
Hit the strap then.
You're never gonna really get it until you embrace her and you feel her warmth.
What's it called? Until the member is there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some weird things
until you enter her.
genitalia.
You won't get it. You have to until you swap fluids.
Swap.
Yeah.
I think it's a game, like it's basketball. Swap.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you think about it, there's the movie Love and Basketball.
Oh my god.
There you go.
That shit.
That's a good movie, unlike this one, which fucking sucks. So then the aliens, they show up and they're big and they're like, hey, what's up? We're gonna fucking play basketball, bitch. And then Bugs Bunny's like, oh no, Doc, let's go get some help. So they go get Michael Jordan. They're like, we need Michael Jordan, baby. So Michael Jordan's playing golf with Larry Bird and Bill Murray and his personal assistant Wayne Knight. Bill Murray, I don't know why I think Bill Murray was just like on set, or I think he wanted to like hang out with Michael Jordan. I don't think he was supposed to be in this movie. And I'm pretty sure most of his stuff was improv.
And everything he did was incredible.
It's funny. His whole fucking thing is funny. He's another bright spot in this movie. Because Bill Murray's just a naturally funny guy, so him saying he wants to be in the NBA, hilarious. His line about Larry Bird is the best line in the movie.
Oh my god!
When he's talking to Michael Jordan and my MJ says he can't play in the NBA, and he goes, "This is because I'm white." And Michael goes, "Larry's white," and then he goes, "Michael, Larry's not white. He's clear."
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
that's a fucking incredible line.
Best. I forgot he was in it, and then I saw him. I was like,
That's a fucking incredible line. That's hilarious. That's an all-timer line. So they're playing golf. MJ hits it. He sinks a hole in one with some thanks to an underground magnet from Bugs Bunny. He goes over and Bugs Bunny fucking kidnaps him. He lassos him with a cartoon lasso, drags him through the earth down to the center of the earth.
Humor. Love that one.
Does some like horrible medical tests on him, and then is like, all right, well, can you play basketball with us so we don't get sold into slavery? And then Michael Jordan's like, all right. I mean,
he's down anyways. He's like,
he's just down. It's like life, there's not even.
Well, he has a little bit of opposition where he's like, I don't play basketball no more.
Yeah, but that's it. He's not like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck are you talking about? Why the fuck are you real?
Well, he did say, you guys aren't real.
Okay, but he's taking this way too fucking well. Like, he's just, I think I'd have more questions. Most people would have more questions, but no, he gets fucking kidnapped, fucking shanghaied down.
My question, if I were in his position, is why am I not also a cartoon?
And you know what?
Oh my god.
That question gets answered in fucking Space Jam: A New Legacy.
It does? Oh, easy.
Because LeBron James goes to Toon World and he's fucking a cartoon. Have you seen the trailer?
I did, and he's like a 3D toon.
He's a 3D. Mm-hmm. Well, first he's a regular cartoon, and then he's a 3D toon, and then sometimes he's live action. You know, like when he's in Matrix World, when they're in Matrix Land, because the Warner Brothers owns the Matrix.
Iron Giant's in that, and I'm like, all right, enough. They're just trying to pander to me.
I'm gonna be begging to watch this one when we have to watch the second movie.
Which one? The fucking yeah. No, I'm sorry, I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, no, this one, it's gonna make the second one the second one's gonna make this one look like fucking Citizen Kane in comparison. This is
okay.
I'm sorry, this is dog shit already. So they get Michael Jordan. I don't know. Who cares?
Dude, you just gave. All right, I'm gonna pick up from here.
No.
I like this movie. Come on.
The fact that you like it means you can't.
I'm trying to. But that's the thing. It's the name of the podcast is like you gotta watch it. You're just like you're destroying the pitch.
You do gotta watch it.
I can pitch this because I gotta pitch it because I'm hyped on it. I can pitch this.
No, you do gotta watch it. It's a well-known movie. Inexplicably, this has become like a cultural touchstone for like a certain generation, but it doesn't mean it's good. This movie sucks. It's boring.
It's a fun watch.
It's boring. All right, well, we're gonna get through the plot, and then you can mount your defense of why you like this movie. But
we're getting the most important part of the movie.
What's that?
The people.
Well, Lola.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so
yeah.
Jordan shows up. He gets roughed up by the Monstars a little bit. They do some horrific like Hellraiser type torture where they grab him and smush him into a fucking ball and then play with him, which is terrifying. Like his eyes are like the only thing that you can see, and then it's just flesh. Just fucking monstrous stuff. So then he's like, all right, well, does anybody know how to play basketball? And then Lola shows up. Lola Bunny doesn't have a character. She wasn't a character before. They just wanted a girl because they thought Looney Tunes was sort of boy-centric. And the only girl Looney Tune really is Granny. So they needed a lady.
Granny's sick, though.
Because,
Granny just
if you're going to sell toys, you need to sell toys to both genders. So we need a toy that girls are going to like, and girls like girls. So let's get a Lola Bunny. But she doesn't have a character. She shows up. She has a big ass. She's thick. She knows how to take the ball to the hole, and she knows how to take balls in her hole. Am I right? Ayo.
Do I have the Ayo sound? I don't know.
And she sort of has a Marty McFly-esque thing where like she doesn't like being called a name. In this case, doll. Bugs Bunny calls her. He says, "Hey, doll," which I don't think is sexist on Bugs Bunny's part. I think he's just sort of an old-timey guy, and that's sort of an old-timey thing.
He's just a raggedy.
He's from a
raggedy bunny.
He's a raggedy old bunny. He's from a different time. That was
bunny,
you called ladies doll. That was a nice thing to say. Term of endearment. She's a fucking hip Gen Xer. She doesn't care about that. She doesn't want to be called doll. She says, "Don't call me doll." She takes the ball to the hole. She dunks. It's game on.
Takes the ball to the hole.
We got a team now. We got a team. Well, they're gonna get ready. So they go to play, and then like the entire fucking half-third of this movie is just dedicated to the game. The Monstars are fucking owning them.
Before you move on, I do need to add that I'm very upset that there wasn't more of like a team building montage of practice between all of them. They just kind of did some gimmicks for a second, and then it was like, all right, time to play the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
that's all they need. That's
the bulk of like any sports movie, and most sports movies are like underdog sports movies. But I feel like the bulk of any underdog sports movie is like the training. Yeah. If it's a team, it's like you're getting the team together. If it's an individual, it's the train. But the training is a big part of it. The assembling and the training. Think about Rocky, and the fight at the end is good. But the most iconic stuff from Rocky is him I guess punching the meat or running up the stairs while he's running through Philadelphia. But there's like none of that in this. It's just like, we got Michael Jordan. Let's fucking play the game. Let's go.
Like it didn't even need that much time. It literally could have been like a 5 to 10 minute little montage where they like help each other out and like learn like teamwork or whatever the lesson needed to be. Like there was no like team cohesion built up for the game at all.
This movie is like
synergistic working together. Nothing.
Yeah.
No, they don't even vibe together.
They don't. This movie is like, it's only 80 minutes long, but it's still like, it still feels like weirdly truncated. Like it feels like it should be longer. Not like I want to watch, not like I want to watch more of the Michael Jordan Looney Tunes basketball movie, but there's no movie here. Like it's not. There's nothing in it.
Like,
there's nothing going
there's
on.
Like pieces missing that needed to be like built up for it to be worth it, which is probably what they would do with the new movie, I guess. But like,
well, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be like 2 hours and 45 minutes long, and then they're going to have like a setup at the end, like a post-credit scene where they like have like Hanna-Barbera characters. What I'm sure there's going to be some bullshit in that.
Space is infinite.
Yeah, exactly.
Some shit like that.
But yeah, no, it just feels like weirdly truncated in, I don't know, like half a movie. It's not really a movie, honestly. Like there's not, the aliens show up, they say, let's play some basketball. They fucking get Michael Jordan, they play some basketball. So speaking of them playing basketball, they're not doing too well. Our friends aren't doing too well. The Looney Tunes. So they come up with a scheme. MJ and Bugs Bunny comes up with a scheme to have Jordan's special stuff that's just water. The Tunes drink it.
Another joke
classic.
for the movie.
Is it a cum? Oh, because it's
Yeah.
Jordan's fucking special stuff.
Yeah, they were all like slurping that shit up, like literally, like I think it was I don't know. It was one of them that was like, I don't mind if I do. And they just like took a bunch of it, like just into his gaping mouth.
Like the fucking fish in that SpongeBob episode, shooting all the mayo into his mouth.
Yes, literally.
Jesus Christ.
I think it was Daffy Duck that did it.
All right, what if like the movie Like Mike?
Oh, do I know it?
You know how like Thomas, you seen Like Mike?
Yeah, I've been referencing that shit forever.
Like Mike.
Do you know the premise of Like
Mike?
Mike?
4 times today.
Not at all.
All right, so the premise, Paul, was it Bow Wow in that movie? Was it Lil Bow Wow?
Yeah, it was Lil Bow Wow, and then like also like he got those hoppers.
Yeah, so,
and they were basically like hexed.
Yeah.
Hoppers.
So what happens is it's Lil Bow Wow, and he's like an orphan child, I think, or maybe
from a bad.
Actually, you know what?
program.
I think I'm mixing this up with Holes because Holes has like the
no, you got it. No,
Holes. No, because I was thinking of like somebody running and dropping the shoes when they steal the shoes. That's Holes. Lil Bow Wow, he just gets them from like a thrift shop or some shit, but they're Michael Jordan's shoes.
Yeah, because he lives in an orphanage.
Yeah, so he gets used shoes that are Michael Jordan's shoes, and the Michael Jordan shoes give him the basketball powers of Michael Jordan. It's almost
like he finds them in the thrift box.
It's sort of like I kind of think the Monstars and the unreleased sequel to Space Jam absorbed Michael Jordan's power through his shoes and then gave them to Bow Wow. Maybe there's a cinematic universe there. But yeah,
I think there could be because like he kind of he puts them in there. Like he had like the energies resonate so much, and then they could go. It like if you train with the shoes, you could master the power, and you could dunk at different like like different heights.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
like if a newbie wears it, or if you have bad dark energy, like if the dad from like Mike wore them, like the foster parent guy, he would have had some evil ass energy.
Oh, so it's like
he would have been a villainous.
Yeah, it's like the super soldier serum. It amplifies whatever's in you or whatever. But yeah, it's
because the white guy, the white kid, he put them on, but his hops weren't.
Well, white man can't jump. We all know that. But
he's just fumbling.
But anyways, it was sort of like it was sort of like a basketball version of the movie The Tuxedo with Jackie Chan. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing up Like Mike is because I was wondering, do you think that could happen to you if you drank MJ's cum?
I would hope so. I want to get like the Bugs Bunny like buff that he did, where he just kind of grew into muscles for like a split second.
That would be sick. Like what MJ's cum is like Popeye's spinach, but for basketball.
Is that how it works?
Exactly.
Oh God.
Do you guys think? What do you guys think Popeye's cum tastes like? Because I feel like that canned spinach is pretty salty. So do you think it's gross?
It's got to be disgusting, dude.
It probably tastes like seaweed, which is not bad.
Do you think olive oil swallows?
Yes.
Would you guys fuck olive oil?
Yes.
Nah.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't fuck olive oil, Paul?
No, I got standards. I mean, like, yeah, you're cool, but like,
what do you mean?
Like,
she's hot.
Like, cool. Like, okay, it's like you're cool, but like, damn, take a self-defense class or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, because she keeps getting kidnapped by Bluto.
I'm not trying to victim shame or anything, but like, damn.
Do you just
this
not
dude, like, just kill him. Just kill him, man.
So I'm guessing you prefer independent women. You don't want to have to take care of her.
Yeah, I just like do your thing, you know. Like, I'm like, oh, dude, I want to hear the story of how it ended. I don't want to be there for the story to happen. Just tell me how your day went after, you know, kind of like you already dealt with the shit.
And that's fuckt up. You wouldn't defend.
I know, I'm totally kidding. No.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I'd fuck her.
Paul's a victim. All right, there we go.
My God.
Yeah, after all is said and done, we know you'd fuck her. Who wouldn't?
That's the real question.
All right, so olive oil, Lola Bunny. What are some other what are the top 5 like cartoon females that you guys would fuck?
Oh my God, is this the question of the?
Because all right, well, because we talked about olive oil for a minute. Like we went on a tangent about olive oil, but then Lola Bunny, like let's be honest, like she doesn't have a character. Her only arc is it's barely exists, and it's that she doesn't like to be called doll. She doesn't have a personality. She's not humorous. She's not a little stinker like Bugs Bunny. She's not filled with rage, impotent rage like Daffy Duck. She's not sort of timid and I don't know, shy and with a stutter like Porky Pig.
There's no
She doesn't
to it. Yeah.
She doesn't have any personality. She's just strong, independent woman, which is dull. So her only thing is that she's hot. She's a hot rabbit. She's a hot cartoon rabbit.
Uh-huh.
What other hot cartoons? What are the top 5 hot cartoons? Give me your guys' opinions.
Well,
Hot.
I already
I gotta
have.
look
There's
it up.
already a pretty decent list of hot cartoon bunnies, and it's Roger Rabbit's woman,
Jessica Rabbit,
Jessica
of course.
Rabbit,
Jessica Rabbit.
the rabbit from the
I have a
Pixar
BuzzFeed
movie.
list.
Oh, Judy Hopps.
Yeah, Judy Hopps. I think that's about it.
Wow, well, an extensive list. I guess we have 3. 3?
All right, here's the BuzzFeed list.
Is there a fucking
Robin
BuzzFeed?
Hood from Robin Hood.
What? I want women. We're not talking men here. It's a different conversation.
Are we talking animated or like animal animated?
Just animated. It doesn't have to be animals because, I mean, you want to put Betty Boop in that conversation.
All right. Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls. Shigo from Kim Possible.
Oh, definitely.
What's it called? The emo poet girl, goth poet girl from Max. From a Goofy movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the one with
that.
the,
Wait,
the one with the
Ash
little beret.
Batty.
from
Yeah.
Extremely
Yeah.
Goofy movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally
Alright, she
said
was
that,
hot.
I said that the other day, like to my coworker, that was like a childhood cartoon, like baddie.
A crush of yours.
All right, she was hot, but I think Roxanne from the first movie was better.
No,
Just personally, my taste.
Oh yeah.
I think Roxanne was a little better. But I just like the sort of normie girl next door more than I do like the art chick.
I love. I'm gonna read the Art Ho copy pasta.
There's Li Shang from Mulan.
Who was that?
Someone said, right, Li Shang.
Is that the fucking villain?
He's the dude. He's the guy.
We're not counting
no,
dudes
that's
here.
fucking.
There's
I am counting everyone.
no
Okay,
dudes in this. We're segregating this list by gender.
Let's see. I'm trying to look. Fucking. These are mostly dudes.
Because a woman wrote that.
Raven from Teen Titans.
She's
Raven.
hot. She's hot.
Let's see. There's fucking Mulan, like straight up Mulan.
Mulan's good. I mean, if we're talking, I feel like you could populate.
Esmeralda from Hunchback.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like you could populate a list like almost exclusively with some of the Disney princesses if you wanted to. Because I mean, Pocahontas, bad. Like Jasmine, bad.
Baddie.
Belle's a
Li Shang.
baddie, I think. Ariel's obviously a baddie. Rapunzel's pretty cute.
Yeah,
Tiana's pretty fine.
What's her name from freaking Atlantis? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
That's
Now
a
we're
winner
talking.
right there. Ding, ding, ding.
That's it, everyone.
What about Lilo's
Wins the
older
game.
sister?
Oh yeah.
Oh, bad.
Lilo's older sister's a
just-
fucking
way
Your
baddie.
business being that thick.
Absolutely
business.
not, bro. I'm trying to move out to Hawaii and get busy with her.
Respected. Just to ride a surfboard.
Oh, and she was a strong, independent woman, and she had beachfront property.
She was a stronger
Oh,
and
yeah.
more independent woman than Lola Bunny.
Exactly. What the fuck does Lola Bunny
Yeah.
do? Fucking
How does she get
Nani
income?
has to like work fucking 5 jobs. She's taking care of her little sister, who's basically her daughter at this
shit.
point. She's paying bills. She's taking care of business. Now she's got aliens in her backyard and the FBI breathing down her neck, and she's still fucking staying calm, cool, collected, and she keeps turning down that fucking incel. She has to deal with him harassing her all the time. Lola Bunny, meanwhile, what the fuck does Lola Bunny do? She sits on
What
her
does Lola
ass,
Bunny do?
fucking files her nails, doesn't like being called doll, has an attitude about everything, and fucking plays basketball. Get the fuck out of
Plays
here. She's a bum.
What's the origin story of how they learn?
She's a
basketball?
bum.
That's what I'm wondering.
She's a bum.
Lola Bummy.
She's Lola Bummy.
Bumby.
She can't
Bummy.
She can't cook. You know who could probably cook? Jessica Rabbit. I'm just saying. Betty
Oh, yeah.
Boop.
Oh yeah.
Betty Boop.
Oh yeah.
Fucking olive oil. Her name is a fucking ingredient. She knows how to cook up fucking whatever Popeye eats when he gets hungry, you know? But fucking
It's salty. as
Lola
fuck.
Bunny, she doesn't work. She doesn't know how to do anything. She's just fucking useless. Get the fuck out of here. She is hot. All you are is hot.
I mean that's pretty privileged.
You know what?
You could get by
I
that.
just realized what she was born after 1993, wasn't she?
Oh, Oh no.
Lola?
Yeah, all she knows how to do is twerk, charge her phone, eat hot chip, and lie.
I hate that.
Because
She's a millennial.
yeah,
Yep.
she was not. Honestly, she's a fucking Zoomer. She was 96, so I think she's.
Oh, she's a Zoomer. Oh.
Yeah, so I think she's a Zoomer. I think Lola Bunny's a Gen Z. She's a little TikToker. She's over there doing the renegade or
He's a
whatever.
TikToker. Yeah. So it just does nothing off the social. Yeah.
Exactly.
So where's the income?
Exactly. Where's the fucking money? You're playing all this basketball,
Where's the
fucking
money?
wasting your time. You're not gonna make it to the WNBA, and even if you do, Lola, that's only what $79,000 a year. What are you gonna drive a Honda Acura to the fucking Staples Center to play for the Los Angeles Sparks? Get real, okay? You know, play for what 8 years, and you tear your ACL. You're not going back in the league,
Like,
and you didn't go to school because you didn't fucking finish. I mean, you got drafted in the WNBA after 1 year. You don't have a degree. It's not the NBA. You're not getting paid the same. I don't know why you did that. And now you're over here, you're taking painkillers for your fucking ACL. You're addicted to opioids now. You're not getting any sort of pension from the NBA. Your money's running out. Your Honda Acura is falling apart because you should have went with a Toyota.
easy.
All because you wanted to play basketball because you thought it was cute. Get the fuck out of here.
You're fucking wrong.
I don't even want to talk about her
it
anymore. I don't even want to talk about her. I don't even want to talk about. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting fucking
Okay,
pissed.
okay.
walk
So,
off.
so the big game, the big game.
Yeah. Sorry, you gotta cool me down.
Yeah, come back to the
Get a cool off. So they're playing the big game. I don't know what happens. They take the fucking They drink Jordan's cum. It makes them good at basketball. Start racking up some points. One of them gets like fucking knocked out or something. Why does Jordan make the deal actually to agree to go into slavery?
Because what happened was they were trailing.
He learns they stole their power.
Yeah, and they were trailing really, really far behind in points, so they wanted to up the ante and try to make it like worthwhile. And he also needed to get the powers back.
Yeah, that's it. So then he agrees to go into slavery if he loses, which, I mean, kind of I'm not touching that one, is all I'm going to say. I'm not touching that one. Kind of weird, personally, I think, to, like, directly mention slavery in that context with, like, a famous, like, black athlete, personally. Just, not saying it was intentional. I'm just saying tone deaf.
Yeah.
You could have said like servitude or something like that, but you used that word specifically. It's just a little. Like,
that's it. I was like, yeah,
it's a little.
Not even indentured servitude. It's still there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing that would segue from
Yeah, it's just full on slavery, and that's a little uncomfortable for me personally. But yeah, so then they drink the cum. They start racking up the points. They're close. Somebody gets knocked out.
They start knocking out like a bunch of them, like to just get them out of the game.
Yeah, they're playing real dirty. The Monsters are playing real dirty. They're one short. They don't have anybody left on the bench. They've even gone through Wayne Knight. He got turned into a fart balloon or whatever. I think somebody turns into Pulp Fiction at some point.
Yeah,
very topical reference.
That was pretty funny. It was both of the Looney Tunes that have guns.
Yeah, I mean, only 2 years late. That's not as bad as them making a Matrix reference in the new Space Jam. 20 years after the fact. Only 2 years from Pulp Fiction, this one. Oh, one thing I wanted to comment on about this basketball game. The referee is Marvin the Martian.
I loved that. Absolutely.
Which I think is funny because he's from both, he has a foot in both worlds, I guess. So he's the only truly impartial person at that game.
I want to pick his brain on what he thought about what was going on. Is he included in the enslavement or is he not?
I think no, because he's, like I said, he's an impartial force. He is an alien.
So does he live? All right. We were going to get into the physics again. Does he live in normal space or does he live in Looney Tunes space?
Now, he lives on Mars.
Yeah. But does he live on real Mars or is it Looney Tunes Mars?
No, he lives on real Mars. It just looks like a cartoon, but we can't see from Earth.
Oh, got it. Well, probably
but then he holds up.
It's probably like one of those things like the Upside Down. Like you have to go through Looney Tunes world to then see like Looney Tunes Mars.
Yeah, there you go. But he lives out on Mars. You'd have to take a rocket ship, like a comical rocket ship over there. It would start like sputtering out of gas or whatever when you get there. Then he'd like hold up a sign or something. I don't know. Why didn't they fucking put in the good Looney Tunes?
Some of them were in there. I mean, they had
ones?
Foghorn Leghorn, which when he got injured was incredible because they just like did a shot of like all of them injured on the bench, and he was just like a roasted chicken.
No, that's funny. That's funny. No, I mean, like, yeah, they had good characters, but I mean, why didn't they put in Looney Tunes that would be useful in the game of basketball? They have Tweety Bird, who can't do shit. Sylvester, who's too distracted trying to eat Tweety Bird. They put Granny in at one point. Oh, no, she's the cheerleader.
Yeah, she's.
Do they put her in?
No, they don't put her in.
Okay, Bugs and Daffy,
they have like
who
the
I
tiny,
guess have
like,
to...
like mouse guy.
Yeah, he's fucking useless. Bugs and Daffy, who, I mean, have to be there for posterity because they're the leaders, whatever. And then you got Lola, who has to be on there because she's, you know... And she actually knows how to play basketball. Yes. And then obviously MJ. But you have one more slot, and you're filling it with these losers. Fucking Tasmanian Devil is a fucking wild card. Put him in. Or fucking the Roadrunner. He's fast as shit.
He was there like earlier.
But he's barely in.
No, I know.
Keep him in the whole time.
I know. Like, why was he like there earlier for like a different gag, but not there for like the game where he would have been?
Yeah, he put him in the game. You really think that there's no fucking rules to this game? Nobody's getting fouled. I know he can't dribble. You really think they're going to call him for traveling? At
some point, Bugs Bunny had like a fucking Vespa to shoot a shot.
Exactly. Exactly. Michael Jordan's fucking stretching his arms. They're fucking knocking people out left and right. They turned Wayne Knight into a balloon. And you don't think he's going to be allowed to travel while he runs really fast and goes meep meep?
So who was?
It's fucking bullshit.
So
put him in.
You got to throw in who they actually put in when they're all out.
No, I'm getting to that. But there's one more character that I saw in the background, and he was popular in the 90s, and sort of popular in the 90s, and I don't understand why they wouldn't put him in. Fucking Michigan J. Frog. Mr. Hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my ragtime gal himself.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the fucking background. He's in the stand.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
He's a frog. He can jump high as shit. Why are you not putting him in the fucking game?
The thing that's really messed up is that I didn't know that was his name.
Michigan J. Frog?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. Michigan J. Frog. He was the fucking mascot of the WB at the time. So that's why he was like sort of popular. Because I remember, for a couple of years, he was before the WB became the CW. He was their mascot. I remember that.
Well, let's return to tradition.
Return to tradition. Bring back Michigan J. Frog. Put him in, coach. But no, they don't put in Roadrunner or Michigan J. Frog. They're one man down. They think they're gonna have to forfeit the game. And who shows up but Bill Murray? He's fucking here to save the movie, or at least try to save the movie. He shows up, fucking incredible entrance. And he balls out on the Monstars. Like, he just fucking has, like, he has skills. He's fucking making shot after shot.
I also need to add another quote, because it was another one of those instances of
We're talking about Space Jam.
Yeah, we're doing the
podcast.
What are your thoughts of Space Jam?
Podcast, yes.
Oh,
Justin, get yourself a microphone if you don't have one, and fucking talk about Space Jam 2 with us next week.
Please.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be us fucking talking to somebody who isn't here, so we're gonna have to cut it out.
Disembodied voice. Well, shit. All right. Well, enjoy yourselves, fellas.
But it is fun. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Oh no, I recorded it.
Oh, thank God. Yes. All right.
Yes.
I've made my imprint. My job here is done.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I was gonna say. So we're talking about.
I'll make a segue.
Yeah, Bill Murray coming back.
All right. Yeah. So
I was gonna say the quote that he had for why he was there or how he got there. It's just Daffy Duck was asking him, "So how'd you get here anyway?" And Bill Murray said, "Producer's a friend of mine. He sent a Teamster to drop me off." And Daffy Duck said, "Aha, well that's the way it goes." And then they don't bring it up again.
That's fucking funny. That's funny. That's the only funny thing.
It was
fucking.
It was awesome.
Is it funny? Is it funny?
Like, oh yeah, I know the guy.
That's good. Are you mocking us, Paul?
Is it funny?
Yeah, that's that's cool that you're using the Seinfeld thing since Wayne Knight is in this movie.
Get it?
Yeah,
that's funny. Double entendre there.
Yeah.
In a way.
There we go. So they win the game, right? Fucking Michael Jordan. It's like 10 seconds. He goes to do a thing. he gets reminded that there's like Looney Tune logic. There's sort of a mini Chekhov's gun in that a Chekhov's stretchy arm, and then he learns about Looney Tunes logic. It's set up, and then at the end, that's how he wins. It's set up like 5 minutes before.
It's literally like 5 minutes left in the game, and Michael Jordan hearing that he could remember that it's Toon World. He's like, now you tell me.
Yeah. So then he's like, all right, well, I guess the laws of physics or reality in general don't really matter. So he fucking stretches his arm out using cartoon physics to slam that ball in. It's a buzzer beater. He wins.
Yeah. Because you could just literally do it if you're in Toontown. You have that power. Just like Mike, the shoes. You have some good manifestations.
Yeah, there we go. And then he reminds the Monstars like, yo, you guys only listen to him because you're tiny. You don't have to listen to Danny DeVito anymore. So then they fuck Danny DeVito up. They fucking fuck him up and send him off to space. They sacrifice their special juice. They stick with the Looney Tunes. MJ goes to give the basketball players back their basketball juice. And then he's back. He's back on the Chicago Bulls. He's playing basketball again. There we go, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Happy ending. Everybody's happy. Does the movie end with I Believe I Can Fly? That how it?
Does it?
I think does it play it at the end? I feel like it does.
No, there's a different
does,
song
actually.
as well, though.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, you might be right. This soundtrack was actually really popular. Like the soundtrack went like platinum or something like that. Like it sold pretty well. It wasn't like a huge soundtrack, but I Believe I Can Fly, the Space Jam
there was
song.
Basketball Jones in this.
The Basketball Jones.
This is an insane soundtrack.
It's pretty good. Let's see, what do we got? Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle. That's good. That's good. Hit 'em High, the Monstars anthem featuring Be Real of Cypress Hill, Busta Rhymes, Coolio, LL Cool J, and Method Man, which is an insane lineup for a Looney Tunes song.
Absolutely.
Basketball Jones, Pump Up the Jam, I Turn to You, For You I Will, and then of course the Space Jam theme by Quad City DJs. So Paul, why don't you tell us why you're wrong and you like this shit movie?
All right. First of all, Dog Cam, great, amazing, easy.
Oh fuck,
that's an easy win for me.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the dog. I forgot. At some point in this movie, they have to go get stuff from Michael Jordan's house, his gear and shit.
Yeah, it's his like lucky underwear, lucky shorts or whatever.
Yeah. What did you want to say about the dog, Thomas?
Well, I know Paul also wanted to say something, but just the entire like, because it's Bugs and Daffy like going sort of underground through like the portal that they went through initially to go all the way to Michael Jordan's house to get all his like his gear to play basketball, and they at some point established that he had like a dog, so like when they're looking for stuff, the dog's like super angry and like gonna attack him,
which that dog doesn't get mad.
And like every shot of the dog, like he opened the door to go find where the shorts were, the dog was like for some reason chewing on the shorts angrily already. They open the door, close it like comically, like, oh, he's behind the door, and then he like breaks through, and like it did these weird close-ups of the dog where he was just like snarling and like it didn't match the motions he was making, but it would keep going back and forth between the dog and the characters, but like the size between the both of them compared to the background never made sense. The dog was simultaneously like as big as the door and like the size of like a fucking human next to like a fireplace, but then also like Bugs and Daffy were tiny, but then the background made them equal height as the dog, but the dog was also small earlier in the movie.
All right, that fucked me up.
It literally
the relative size.
It was like jarring. Like nothing in that scene made sense. Like size wise.
Semi-related to the dog. Just it's more so like the house itself and Jordan's family stuff that I find jarring is like the idea, like the fictionalized real home life that Michael Jordan has. Like that idea is very bizarre to me. Like it's his wife. Like this is Michael Jordan. He's playing himself. but like his wife is fake, like it's an actress, and his kids are actors. But they're
just get the real. I mean, they're probably all can be bad actors, and they can only take one bad actor.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
and
just
they can't
weird.
afford to pay bad actors anymore because they have Bill Murray on the payroll.
Also,
now. And Danny DeVito.
Also, the idea that like Michael Jordan lives in like just a normal like upper middle class home in a normal neighborhood somewhere in Illinois is fucking hilarious.
This is just like a nice family, and except okay, like they established that like his son is sort of like I don't know, like rebellious almost against like what his dad's up to, but then like also doesn't establish anything else about him and doesn't even mention the other kids that he has.
Yeah, why is it all about his son? Like, is it his only? It's his only son, right? So he keeps the lineage. I think Space Jam 2. Here's my thoughts. Hold on. Whoops, wrong one. Whoops, wrong one again. Here it is. I think Space Jam. What's the second one called? A New Legacy. Should have been about the son taking revenge on this dad wanting to become a cartoon, and he just fucked Lola.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So I think the son's resentment should have been the kind of like the theme of Space Jam.
You know what? I kind of let's
dark power and energy.
Let's straighten this out a bit. So your concept for a Space Jam sequel is Michael Jordan becomes a cartoon and has sex with Lola Bunny, abandons his family to become a cartoon who fucks a rabbit cartoon. And 25 years later, Michael Jordan's son tracks down his father to get revenge on him abandoning his family to become a cartoon.
No. Even better, it's step sibling. No, stop. It's half sibling wars. So like this weird human Lola Bunny spawn demonic thing that comes out is the same age as him, or a little younger because he's already like she got.
So he has to fight
a few years later.
So LeBron
she got space jammed.
So Michael Jordan's adult son has to exact revenge on his deadbeat famous basketball player turned cartoon who has sex with rabbits dad, while at the same time, because he has to get revenge too, but while at the same time he's trying to eliminate the demon spawn that is the half Michael Jordan, half anthropomorphic cartoon rabbit hybrid.
How much of it is
and the thing is
animated? The child.
It's full on human. It just like has the obnoxious charisma and characteristics of a cartoon.
So it's
and
like the mask.
Do the cartoon stretchy shit. It's literally that's it. The mask.
You know what would be?
This is how the mask villain's origin story.
What about it's like a grotesquely like fleshy human rabbit hybrid, like sort of like a David Cronenberg creation, or you know when they like you see those things on like BuzzFeed that's like somebody rendered Homer Simpson as a real person, and it just looks monstrous. What if it's like that, or like what if it's like that mixed with like The Fly, like the final form of Jeff Goldblum's The Fly, mixed with Michael Jordan, mixed with Lola Bunny.
I think it's that, and like that really weird. Remember that like meme reaction of like that fox scene in the chair? And it's all like kind of like looks like really raggedy, and it's like a little fox, right?
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's just like a grotesque looking live action animal cartoon thing, and he has to put that down on the path. He has to put that down because it's a freak of nature on the path to claiming revenge on his father.
Yes, that's literally what A New Legacy should have been. A New Legacy.
That would have fucking nothing to do with basketball and only be tangentially related to the Looney Tunes. But I like your idea so much fucking more than what they did, quite honestly.
Exact. Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Someone needs to
let me do it.
Someone needs to get us like on the phone with the producers for these movies.
If anybody who works at Warner Brothers is listening to this and wants to make this movie, we'd love to help you make it. We'd love to work with you. Just call us. I think this could be a hit. It's sort of like, it's like David Cronenberg meets Who Framed Roger Rabbit meets like what's a revenge film? I don't know. I can't think of a big revenge.
Oh, revenge film.
Yeah, what's a big revenge movie? I don't know. Meets.
Let's see. Oh, Fast and Furious, because like they're both.
No, that nothing to do with the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, they're like half siblings.
What if in this movie Michael Jordan's older son is played by Ja Rule?
That would be good.
Oh God.
Yeah, and his dick doesn't
jam
work.
It. Just does not.
And that's a
work
plot point, is that his penis doesn't work, and it's a continuation of his dick not working in the Fast and the Furious. I think that'd be good. But I like your idea for this movie more, or for the sequel more. But why don't you tell me why you liked this bad movie, Paul? Just tell us why you liked it, and we can shit on you.
Right. So first of all, don't do that, because I can't take another shower. I think it was like reminiscing on like when I first watched it. I watched it at first of all, I was at a doctor's office, but how did I watch an 88-minute movie at a doctor's office? That's
you
wild.
Probably saw a clip
kind of
of it.
Just shows. No, it was the whole fucking movie. I remember, because like the movie beforehand was Treasure Planet, and I love that movie, but I wanted to see the whole thing. I was like, oh, fucking bummed. So I had to watch this thing next. Like, this is the only VHS they had next, and I watched the whole thing. That means, what was happening back there? Why did it take 88 minutes for me to be?
Were you getting screened for cancer or something? Like, was it like a serious thing that you just didn't know about, and that's why it was taking so long?
It was like a physical. I'm like, dude, 88 minutes. Like, I watched this whole fucking movie.
Might have just been really busy.
Like,
so you just like it because you saw it when you were a kid?
Child. Yeah.
All right. Well,
it was just a fun time. It's the only entertainment I had.
I guess
because I had no gaming system. I was just a child. I didn't have a book with me. Nothing. I had nothing.
I had an experience of this movie when I was a child. Not with the movie necessarily, but so I have two sisters who are much older. They're like, I don't know, both basically 10 years older than me or more. And they were in the Girl Scouts or something like that. So when I was like real young, they were already teenagers. But when they had been like 10 years old, they had been in the Girl Scouts, and they had made like model cars to like race. And one of my sisters had a Toy Story themed car. It was painted like baby blue, and it had Toy Story stickers on it. She liked Toy Story. And the other one was a Space Jam themed car. It was painted like sort of like a shiny like space like purple blackish color. Like it was like bespeckled with like holographic dots, and it was like a purple black, like a space black almost. And it had like Space Jam, like Looney Tunes stickers on it. And that sister was really nice to me, and she let me have her Space Jam car because she was 15 and she didn't care. But my other sister, who was 13, wouldn't let me have her Toy Story car to play with, even though she didn't want it. And it made me really mad because I didn't fucking care about Space Jam. I wanted the fucking Toy Story car. I didn't get it, so I had to play with the Space Jam one.
So you just preferred, you just wanted it because this Toy Story is more popular. So Warner Brothers meant nothing to you.
I liked Space Jam. I didn't really care about the Looney Tunes when I was little. I wasn't a Looney Tunes guy, I liked Toy Story rather. I wasn't a Looney Tunes guy. I don't know. When I was a kid, I liked like Tarzan and like I like SpongeBob and stuff. I didn't really care about. I don't know. The Looney Tunes were kind of old, goofy. And we, like people our age, were a few years past Space Jam, so it wasn't like a thing really for us anymore. Maybe it was like a movie we watched on VHS, but it wasn't. We missed the cultural moment, really.
It was way too specific, especially compared to something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was like it is not as like dated in
it's just a normal movie.
Yeah,
like it's just a movie.
This is like a movie. I wanted to watch that so much instead of this as I was watching Space Jam.
We can, you know what? Yeah, we can do Who Framed Roger Rabbit. We can do that, but that's a good movie. But no, yeah, like that's just like a normal movie. This is very much like it doesn't exist outside of this weird cultural moment where like Michael Jordan coalesced with the Looney Tunes hip hop revival of the 90s. And we were past that, so I just didn't give a fuck about Space Jam. And eventually I saw Space Jam at some point when I was a kid. And I don't think it did anything for me then. I was just like, okay, I know who Michael Jordan is. He's that guy who doesn't play basketball anymore. I know who the Looney Tunes are. I like the Looney Tunes now as an adult. I've seen the old cartoons. They're funny, but I still didn't care then.
I used to watch.
I don't care.
I used to watch those like on like Boomerang or Cartoon Network.
And they were on
or whatever.
Boomerang.
Like
Yeah,
I'd watch them on there, and it was
Yeah,
funny. I liked
Boomerang.
it, but like
they weren't my go-to.
yeah, it was just if it was on, I would put it on, and there like if there was nothing else.
So I think I liked Yu-Gi-Oh. I think that was my shit. Honestly, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
But
confusing to play it, but watch it.
but yeah, so I don't know. I didn't care when I was a kid, and I don't care now. It's bad movie. If you are somebody like Paul, and you're like, I saw this movie as a kid, so I still like it.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Yeah, you grow up. You're an adult. If you are over the age of 20, and you like this movie, you need to seek help. No offense, Paul.
Yeah,
It's the memory. I'm already doing that, and see that doesn't do anything.
Talk to your therapist about Space Jam.
yeah,
Paul. Talk to your
I
therapist
completely
about Space Jam.
agree.
Don't think I've ever mentioned anything I do on my personal life other than
My-
suffer.
Damn, that's crazy.
I really, really hated watching this movie. I like it. Just did like there were sometimes there's a couple little like specifically Looney Tunes little gags that made me laugh here and there, but that was like
Mhm.
about it. Besides like some of the, like you said, like slapstick
Like the
stuff
pain.
with like the basketball players getting like
slapstick.
hit in the
Yeah.
face and shit.
Some of the basketball player stuff is fun, and there's a few Looney Tunes gags that are all right. The voice cast for the Looney Tunes themselves are all good. You know, they're all like they're not the original
Yeah,
voice
they're
actors,
good.
obviously. It's not Mel Blanc or anybody like that, but it's talented people. Billy West, who famously voiced Fry on Futurama, is actually does Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. He sounds you can hear it, I think, very well, but he does a good Bugs Bunny. So that like there's the animation, like some of it, like when it's not mixing animation and live action, looks fine. It's fun and colorful. Michael Jordan does his best, but it's just not a good movie. It's not even really a movie. Like nothing. It's boring. It's not particularly funny. There's not a lot of plot. There's not really a theme. Like there's no what this movie isn't really about anything. It's sort of in the last minute, you know, with the shit about Michael Jordan's stuff about like believing in yourself, but not really because it's not present throughout the entire movie. It's not about anything other than like brand management. It's sort of like the most soulless sort of shit that is pumped out to just fucking tide over children. And it made fucking over $250 million. It was the 10th highest grossing movie of 1996. Because we've been stuck in this like sludge of just like corporate IP bullshit for so long that you don't even remember that this movie was that successful, but it was. And then its time passed, and inexplicably, though, it's big again. And LeBron James watched it when he was a kid, and now he wants to make it. So now we're having to endure a second one. And I'm not happy.
Having to.
I'm not happy about this movie. I'm not happy about the second one. I'm just not happy. I don't like it. It's bad. And there's nothing else. It's just bad. It's.
How good does it have to? How? Yeah, that's just.
How good does it have to be?
Yeah, how good? How good does it have to be as a sequel? Like, does it have to be good CGI wise, writing wise? Where's the good?
I don't think there's a single way it can be good. I think the idea
or
of
better.
Space Jam is just sort of inherently so fucking stupid and bird-brained and like the most soulless, cynical thing that there's no way it can be good. Did you guys know that there was supposed to be a bunch of Space Jam sequels?
Yeah, they had video games on it. They had a lot of merchandise, comics published by DC Comics.
That makes sense. That's some, vertical
Yeah.
integration, but not even like a specifically like Michael Jordan or basketball star led sequel. There was supposed to be like Jam. Just the concept of Jam was supposed to be a big franchise. Like you take the Looney Tunes and a famous star of something, and it's Jam. It's blank Jam, which is fucking stupid. Because Jam is a basketball term.
Jam.
That's why it's the Space Jam, because the aliens are from space, and Jam is a basketball thing. That's why there's NBA Jam. So it doesn't make sense why you'd use Jam, but they were going to use Jam. Jam was going to be the thing. But they had, in certain points of development, I think just a regular Space Jam 2, maybe with Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or whoever was a big star. So they had those in development. They fell through. There was, I think, Race Jam, with like Dale Earnhardt
Race Jam
Jr.
was
or
the
some
best
shit
of
like
that.
that, like a big
amazing.
NASCAR driver. There was Skate Jam with Tony Hawk. And then there was going to be Spy Jam with Jackie Chan in the Looney Tunes, which I think would have been fun.
That one,
unfortunately, none of those got made. The Spy Jam stuff sort of got rolled into Looney Tunes Back in Action because there's a lot of spy stuff in that. So that's sort of the Spy Jam, the one with Brendan Fraser, and that movie's okay. It's a lot better than Space Jam, honestly.
I was looking at the highest grossing films from the same year because it said Space Jam was the 10th highest grossing film for 96.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the other films you could have watched instead?
Yeah, go from 9 up. I want to hear from 9 up.
Okay, so Jerry Maguire, The Nutty
That's
Professor,
That's a winner.
Ransom.
Don't remember it.
Ransom is
it's a Mel Gibson
it's a
movie.
Ron
It's
Howard,
just a Mel Gibson
Mel Gibson movie.
Okay, so it's just like a generic adult thriller.
Yeah,
that's funny
so,
that was
okay. 101 Dalmatians, Hunchback of Notre Dame, which I didn't know both of them came out in the same year. The Rock.
That kicks ass.
I need to watch that.
Whenever that fucking Rock kicks ass.
Mission Impossible, Twister,
kicks
and then
ass.
Independence Day.
Twister.
This is an amazing year for movies.
Every
Twister
movie on
was
that list, with the exception of Ransom, which I haven't seen and can't comment on, is better than Space Jam. Space Jam is the worst one.
So those were just the highest grossing ones. You want to know just what else came out that year, like big movies?
Yeah, what was some other big 96 stuff?
So Scream, Fargo, Train Spotting,
dang,
that's right.
English Patient, Mars Attacks, and Evita.
Whoa, dang, that's a heavy year. Damn.
You know what's funny? You talked about Mars Attacks and Independence Day. I totally forgot that they were in the same year, but that makes sense because that was like a big reason why Mars Attacks flopped. And it received like negative critical reception was because it came out like 5 months after Independence Day or whatever, and people thought it was like just a really mean-spirited takedown of Independence Day, so people didn't like it. The fucking Cable Guy, starring Jim Carrey, came out this year.
That's incredible.
96.
That's a good year.
96.
That's a good movie.
Barbed Wire, starring Pamela Anderson. That came out. Fucking don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't, but I know about it.
Such a long time.
That's a Wayans Brothers classic.
Oh,
Dunstan Checks In was 96.
Oh my god. Happy Gilmore?
Did we say The English Patient?
No way.
Okay.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. That's a much better comedy than Space Jam. Gamera 2 of the Gamera 90s reboot series. That's a good Gamera movie. I have the Gamera box set next to me. I paid like an exuberant amount of money for it. So shout out to Gamera. The Kenneth Branagh Hamlet. That's a good movie. 5 hours. 96 was a good year. And Space Jam Space Jam somehow managed to claw its way above all those other movies and become 10th biggest of the year, even though it's fucking shit.
We'll see about this year because this year was only not any of those.
Yeah, this year it's not. So I saw.
Oh my fucking god! I'm sorry, but I have to interrupt you and say that Kingpin also came out this year.
Incredible.
Oh, in 96.
Yeah.
So I was box office. I was reading. I think maybe from Variety. I was reading a Variety article about the projected weekend box office. And it's looking like Space Jam 2 is predicted to do 20 million, which it cost 150 million to make. So 20 million opening weekend.
Oh my!
Doesn't seem like a big haul to me, especially considering the fact that it's not a movie with a lot of. I mean, it might have. I don't know. It might have overseas appeal, maybe in China because they like basketball, they like the NBA, but I just don't see it being a huge hit overseas. So if it's not making its money here,
they're probably going to make an excuse that it did bad because like COVID. People are still not going to watch movies or whatever.
See, the thing is, they can't do that because Black Widow just made like 80-something million opening weekend.
Okay.
So
sorry again, but Escape from LA. Matilda.
Escape from LA fucking sucks. That's a stinker.
But still better than this.
I don't know. Have you seen Escape from LA?
There's okay, but
I think I might put Space Jam above Escape from LA, honestly.
the third Mighty Ducks movie.
That one's better. That's a better sports movie. This is a shitty sports movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just not a good sport. It doesn't really show the game
Romeo
of
plus
basketball
Juliet.
very well. That's great. That's a fucking killer.
That was the same month. Star Trek First Contact.
Damn, that's good counter programming.
Good lord. There's like a lot of good shit. Literally, Beavis and Butthead Do America.
There we go. Also, I would like to correct my statement about Race Jam. Race Jam didn't have Dale Earnhardt Jr. It was going to be Jeff Gordon.
Oh, that makes more sense.
They also
wish
were
it
going
was
to
Dale
have.
Earnhardt Jr.
They also were going to have Golf Jam with Tiger Woods, which just sounds boring.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so that's the sequel part, right?
Yeah.
Like, where it's like they try to make a franchise.
But I
out
don't
of it.
see how you could be any more boring than this movie.
They played a little bit of everything, almost.
I hate this movie.
I hate
honestly.
this movie.
Yeah.
This movie was alright.
You know what?
Just passive watch.
I'm going to say you don't got to watch this. How about that? You don't have to watch Space. If you've never seen Space Jam, I don't think you need to watch Space Jam at this point. Like, you don't need to. It's not good enough, nor is it culturally ubiquitous enough to where you need to view it. It's not fucking, I don't know. It's not Back to the Future. It's not Ghostbusters. It's not Casablanca. It's not even like a shitty movie or like a mediocre film that has cemented its place in like pop culture forever. It's not even like Friday the 13th. It was a kitschy piece of trash, a kitschy piece of 90s trash made to sell gangster Tasmanian Devil t-shirts and Bugs Bunny action figures and
cool
Michael Jordan
hype group,
jerseys. And it should have been thrown away immediately. But because nobody in this world can let go of anything anymore, and we're all clinging to the joys of our youth because the future brings nothing but darkness and doom, we've held on to Space Jam forever. And I want to tell the people who are holding on to this and will tell me like, oh, it's fun, or cheer up, or it's just silly. You can let it go. This is one thing about your childhood that you can let go. I know you don't want to let go of Star Wars or Indiana Jones, even though Harrison Ford's going to die and he's 97 years old.
It's inevitable.
But you should let go of Space Jam if you're going to let go of anything. It's not worth the mental effort to care about. Just let it go. It's okay.
Watch the sequel instead.
No, watch a movie made for adults.
Yeah, the sequel.
Oh,
yeah,
Space Jammin', jammed in space. Oh yeah, with starring Lola.
So when are we watching the Teen Titans Go Space Jam movie?
We could watch that. Oh wait, before we leave, we should say good movie, great movie, best movie ? Or bad movie ?
Bad
movies. I'm fucking with the ass.
Paul, you fucking like it. Don't lie.
I know I liked it for the nostalgia, but it's bad movies. So.
All right. Yeah. If you like this movie, grow up. Let it go.
Why don't we just actually review a good movie for once? Damn.
I was thinking that before we got on this podcast. Like, damn, what if we watch a good movie at some point? That'd be cool.
You watched all of the Fast movies. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Some of them were good. Some of them were good.
Exactly.
But it's not high art or anything.
The ratio's not there.
Yeah, go ahead and follow us on Twitter at GottaWatchPod. Sorry about last week. Like I said, some of our members are indisposed. We don't know when Eve will be back. Thomas is going to be with us next week at the very least to also talk about Space Jam 2. And if he wants, he'll perhaps be on future episodes. Stay tuned next week to hear me complain about LeBron James's acting and Matrix references in the year 2021, folks.
Easy.
Thomas, Paul, you guys have anything you want to say?
Just thanks for having me.
That's-
The movie sucked. I don't want to watch it again.
There we go.
But you gotta watch the next one because you want to compare how much.
That's right.
No, yeah. Thank you for listening. Follow us. We'll actually watch like an entertaining movie, good movie, one of these days. But until then, thank you for listening to our voice.
Bye, everybody.